What difference does it make? Written by Mairy Beam. March 2020. A two-bedroom apartment in East Vancouver. The living room and kitchen are visible. The kitchen is open to the living room. There is an exit to the bedrooms and an exit to outside. Scene 1, March 11th. Carmel and Lucy are in the living room.
Do you think you should get some croissants for breakfast? Martina's very fond of almond croissants. Would you see what you can find at the new bakery? And some bagels for lunches, too.
We have bagels in the freezer.
Let's get some fresh ones. And some lox and cream cheese.
Nothing but the best for your old flame.
Are you jealous?
It's all you've been talking about all week. Where should we take Martina? What should we cook for her? Remember to buy her brand of gin.
I'm excited to see my old friend. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Is that all she is?
Yes. Come here.
Carmel and Lucy embrace.
Don't you know I'm crazy about you?
You are?
Yes, you are my main squeeze.
Forever?
Where did Needy Nellie come from?
There's something I need to tell you.
Go ahead.
Please try to be understanding.
Out with it, Lucy.
Do you think we should get married?
That's it? That's what you need to tell me?
No. I just wondered if we're really committed, you know?
Well, if you want to get married, we can talk about it. But it's not really going to change things. We're committed because we're happy together. Because we love each other.
Yeah, I know. It's just that...
What? You're driving me crazy.
I'm non-binary.
What?
I've realized I'm non-binary. You know, neither male nor female.
Okay.
That's your reaction?
It's fine by me. No big deal.
It's a very big deal for me.
Like your leather dyke phase or your short time as a lipstick lesbian.
I was searching for where I belonged. Now I know. I figured it out months ago, but I wanted to be sure, so I didn't tell you.
Keeping secrets. Are you now, darling?
I'm telling you now.
Are you going to insist on the pronouns?
Yes, I want you, everyone, to use they, them.
Seriously, it's so awkward. And people can't remember. We're always getting our hands slapped for saying it wrong.
It's more than remembering to use the right pronoun. It's about seeing me as I am. If you change your perception of me, it won't be a problem.
I don't really see you as any different than yesterday or last month.
That's the point. I've always been this way, but now we have the vocabulary to match. It feels like I have a solid foundation now, a much surer way to be in the world.
What else has to change? Do you want to break up?
No.
You're still interested in me?
Of course, I'm still attracted to you. It doesn't have to do with my sexual orientation.
But you're not really a lesbian.
Why not?
Because the definition of a lesbian is a woman who is attracted to other women. And you're not a woman.
Maybe the definition needs to change, broaden. The question is, are you still interested in me?
Can I even be a lesbian if I'm with a non-binary?
You get to decide what you call yourself.
Is that how it works these days? Tomorrow it could be something different.
This is not something I'm going to be changing. I've been reading and thinking about this for months. This is me.
It's not going to be easy in a binary world. Like, what washroom are you going to use?
Are you trying to be difficult? Don't you get it? I'm talking about my identity, who I am at the core. And you want to talk about washrooms? Really, Carmel?
Hey, I'm just trying to get my head around this non-binary business. Maybe I'm too old and set in my ways to understand.
Don't give me that old lady crap. You're one of the most intelligent people I know. Oh, it's probably me. I'm not good at explaining it. You could read these books. They are written by really intelligent people.
You had to stop yourself from calling them women.
It's hard to break a lifetime of conditioning in the binary, but it's not impossible. Where there's a will, there's a way.
What's that supposed to mean?
You don't see the need, do you? You can't be bothered. I've struggled with this for so long, trying to find where I fit in, but you don't care.
I care. Of course I care. Come here.
I'd better get to the bakery before it closes.
Scene 2, March 12th, living room. Carmel is finishing sweeping. A text message comes in.
Oh, Martina's train has arrived. She's in a taxi. She'll be here at any moment.
The train was on time?
Hard to believe. The place is looking good. Did you finish the bathroom?
Everything's spick and span.
Nothing like company to get us cleaning.
Listen, Carmel, can we please not talk about my being non-binary while she's here?
Oh, that's fine by me.
I still want to talk about it. I don't feel I did a good job explaining. Just not when she's here.
I don't know what more there is to be said. You're non-binary. I'm to use they. That's the story, isn't it?
It's more than that.
Oh, that'll be Martina.
Carmel buzzes her in.
Come on, Martina.
We agreed, right? You won't talk to her about this.
She's my oldest friend. I am not keeping secrets.
At least wait until we've had a chance to talk more. Please.
The door to their apartment opens.
Hey, gals, how are ya?
Hey, Martina. Welcome.
Hey, Martina.
You're looking great. Always a fashion plate.
Did you enjoy the train?
Yeah. Oh, it was great. There was this gay couple who used to like to hang around the bar. They were a riot. And then there were some women who loved to play cards.
Any good-looking dykes?
Apart from me, you mean?
Obviously.
Well, they like to flirt with me, but it was clear they're not crossing that line.
Let me show you to your bedroom. Can I help you with your stuff?
No, I'm fine.
This way.
Can I get you something? A drink?
A cappuccino would be nice.
Sorry, we just have the drip.
What happened to the cappuccino machine I got you?
What machine? We never had
That was a long time ago, Martina.
Oh, right. It was you and what's her name? Did she keep it? Oh, what a bitch.
She's a bitch now. Didn't she go right from my bed to yours?
No, she went from my bed to yours. Is your memory going, old girl?
Those were the days, weren't they? Oh, come on. Once you're settled, we can get some good coffee around the corner.
Scene 3, later that day. Lucy, Martina, and Carmel are sitting in the living room.
Nobody was talking about the virus on the train?
Didn't hear a word about it. Oh, yeah. Hey, Andrea. Yeah, I'm in lovely Vancouver. Yeah. No one was sick on the train, but we're almost all Canadians. Yeah, I know.
Isn't that where she's going next? You don't think they're canceling, do you? I don't want, 2 days is all we agreed.
Don't jump to conclusions.
My desk and my files are in her room. It's so awkward when I can't go in there.
Andrea doesn't want me to come. Can you believe it? Afraid of the stupid virus.
I'm sorry to hear
How
that.
disappointing.
I don't get what the big deal is with this coronavirus. The flu kills 1,000 people every year and nobody makes even notices.
There's been a lot in the news lately. Apparently, it's very contagious. They say that in Wuhan, in China, thousands are dying every day.
Yeah, but this is Canada. It's not like that here. I don't understand why they don't want to see me.
Oh, I'm sure they wanted to see you. They must have some health issues.
Not that I know of.
It can be deadly for seniors. It's all over Italy now, too. And most of the deaths are seniors. Go online, you'll see.
The internet was sketchy on the train.
You're welcome to stay here for a few extra days.
Thanks, but I'm going to see if I can rearrange things. Maybe spend a few extra days on the island.
It'll be nice there this time of year. The rhododendrons will be out. When is your flight back?
March 22nd.
You'll have time to really explore the island. Have you been to Tofino?
No, but I read about it. It sounds interesting. Maybe it'll all work out. I'll call my niece.
We agreed only 2 days. Why did you
What else could I say?
We should have talked first.
We're not going to put her out on the street. Be reasonable, Lucy.
Scene 4, March 16th. Living room of the apartment. Lucy and Carmel are sitting in chairs on their devices. Martina enters.
Looks like you're stuck with me for another few days.
Your niece has changed her mind?
On the advice of her doctor. Her husband was a firefighter and has only half a lung.
Oh, I understand. She doesn't want to take any chances.
Let's plan some day trips. We don't need to be stuck here all day, every day. How about Van Dusen Gardens? It's safer to be outside.
Sure, whatever.
Let me see what's blooming.
I've been saving up for this trip for a whole year and now nothing.
Oh, are we nothing?
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Fuck! They're closed. The city closed all public spaces. Maybe time to move up your flight home.
I'm in no hurry to go home. Sue and I had the most awful fight just before I left. I think it might be over.
Oh, Marty, I'm sure it's not as bad as that.
One fight doesn't mean the end. Carmel and I fight all the time.
Believe me, it's more than one fight. The last 6 months, it's been a battleground.
But you've been together so long.
Next year will be our 10th anniversary, but we're not going to be celebrating.
Don't give up. Maybe get some counseling.
We tried that.
I think you should hop on a plane and try to patch things up.
No, time to call it quits.
Oh, sweetie.
Carmel gives Martina a hug.
I need a drink. Let's go to a bar.
They're closing the bars for St. Patrick's Day.
That's not until tomorrow.
It doesn't feel safe. We have half a bottle of gin and some vodka.
That's not going to do us. I'll go to the liquor store. It's open, right?
Yes, but
Fuck. You're going to tell me that it's not safe either?
This is serious, Marty.
more than 100 people have it, and 4 people have died already.
And they're not doing enough testing. I'm sure many more people have it.
You know, Carmel has chronic asthma.
It came back a few years ago. Now, every time I get a cold, it turns into bronchitis.
Yeah, a cold, yeah. But this is a virus.
My lungs are weak. It means that I'd likely get pneumonia from the COVID, and there's a real shortage of ventilators in BC. They'll look at me and see a useless old lady. Not much chance I'd win the competition. No, the ventilator would go to the healthy young man who caught it while partying all night. So I'd be left dying in isolation, alone, gasping for breath, and finally drowning in my own phlegm.
Stop! Don't say that. Oh,
I told her I'd sneak into the hospital if I had to. I'd never leave her alone.
oh, true love.
I appreciate the sentiment, but you could get it. You're an oldie too. No, the best way to make sure it doesn't happen is for us to isolate ourselves, not go out.
Never? Like we'd have to stay here all the time?
Dr. Henry says we can go for walks.
But not to stores or on transit or anywhere we have contact with people.
And you want me to do the same?
If you want to stay with us.
I'm so sorry, Martina, but I'm really freaking out.
Does the liquor store deliver?
I don't know. Maybe one of the private ones.
Because we're going to need more than a half-empty bottle of gin to get us through this.
Agreed.
Could we start the isolation tomorrow? Just let me make a run to the liquor store.
But there will be huge lineups. Everyone will be wanting to stock up.
It's just too dangerous.
May have to go home early. If only I had a home.
Scene 5, March 18th, morning. Carmela is in the living room. Lucy enters with 2 mugs.
Here's your coffee.
Thanks, babe.
Can you say something to Martina? These fights are too much. I was just drifting off to sleep when they got started. Why is she calling her so late anyhow?
It wasn't late. You just go to bed early.
Then she comes out and cries on your shoulder for another hour or 3.
Where are your earplugs?
And you're drinking far more than you usually do.
I'll drink as much as I damn well please.
I'm going to talk to her.
Have a heart. She's going through a rough patch. She didn't get much sleep last night.
Neither did you. And you're still up before 10. Okay, I'll be gentle. Since we're on our own, can we talk some more about my being non-binary?
Must we?
Did you read any of the books?
I read Ivan Coyote. He's very funny.
It was Ivan who really inspired me. I heard them on the CBC, and wow, it was like they were talking right to me. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
You want to get rid of your breasts like Ivan?
Oh, I'm too old for surgery, but if I were younger, definitely. I never felt these things belonged to me.
But they're beautiful. Sensitive, responsive, and such a gorgeous color. Pink shading into coral.
I said I wasn't going for surgery.
How can you say you never liked them? You get plenty aroused when I play with them.
You're talking about the nipples. I'd keep them if I was having surgery, but I'm not having surgery. I'm too old.
Maybe you're too old to be non-binary.
That's ridiculous. I was born non-binary.
Oh, what does it matter anyhow?
What does my identity matter? Is that what you're asking?
Calm down. I'm just saying, if your life isn't going to change in any way, what difference does it make?
It's a fundamental change for me.
Oh, can you keep your voices down? I can't sleep. I have such a headache. Do you have any Tylenol?
That's one of the symptoms.
Oh.
It's not COVID-19.
Let me get you the Tylenol.
I'm sure it's one of the symptoms. Look, it says right here, a headache is the first symptom. She's only been here isolating for 5 days. They say it can take up to 14 days. Oh God, we may already have it.
Calm down, Lucy. It's just a headache. Be sensible.
She's not careful enough. I'm sure she gets a cappuccino every time she goes out.
Doubt that.
We agreed. We all agreed to self-isolate for your sake.
We had a few drinks. She was upset after the fight with Sue.
That probably weakened her immune system, and yours too.
What do you want me to do? They're not testing anyone except healthcare workers and people at death's door.
Oh, are you gals still at it? What's going on?
Lucy has a vivid imagination.
Oh, some diversion for our, what are you imagining? Some diversion for us?
I'm worried you might have it.
It's just a hangover.
How can you be sure?
I've had some experience in that area.
I'll get you a gin and tonic. Hair of the dog should fix you up.
Good idea. Except I finished the gin after you went to bed.
Some OJ and vodka then. We still have some vodka and beer.
Carmel goes to the kitchen and fixes the drink.
I'll take the vodka. You're a lifesaver. Just as well they canceled my flight. Sue was changing the locks.
They canceled your flight?
Good. Airplanes are not safe these days.
All the planes are being used to bring the snowbirds home, apparently.
Maybe you could take the train.
No chance. No more passenger trains. I'll see if I can find a hotel.
You will not. You're going to stay here.
Are you okay with that, Lucy?
I guess, for a few more days.
Oh, thanks. I'm not sure how safe the hotels are.
A lot of them have closed.
Want to go for a walk, Carmel?
Oh.
Let Martina have some peace and quiet?
Oh, you know that doesn't work. You walk fast and I walk slow.
And never the twain shall meet.
I'll walk slow.
You know that doesn't work. No, I always feel pressure to walk faster, and you're always chafing at the bit.
Please, I could do with some company.
Oh, my hip is already sore, and I just don't have the energy.
Because you were up late drinking.
My fault. I can keep you company. The fresh air will do me good, I'm sure. Let me finish this and I'll be ready. I'm happy to have the opportunity to talk with you, Lucy. It seems like we've hardly had a chance to talk or to say 2 words.
Lucy was just telling me she wanted to talk with you.
How is it that we've been stuck together here for so long and we haven't really talked?
Could be because you're always talking about the good old days.
Oh, got me there. All the more reason to have a one-on-one.
Have fun.
Scene 6. March 18th, later in the afternoon. A small city park with a bench. Lucy enters, power walking. Martina enters, half running, trying to keep up.
Stop. Can we sit a minute?
Lucy stops walking but does not turn to Martina. Martina throws herself on the bench.
Please, let's just sit for a minute.
Sorry, I was...
Yeah, trying to burn off some stress or leave your problems behind.
Something like that.
Things seem a little tense between you and Carmel. Want to talk about it?
No.
Believe it or not, I can be a good listener.
You're Carmel's friend.
I'm well aware of her faults. I've known her for over 50 years. Back when she was a wide-eyed country girl, fresh off the farm, coming to the big city to go to college.
What's your opinion on gender?
We feminists used to think it's a social construct back in the day.
Like it's all about society expectations?
Yeah, and the roles you've been taught. But I don't think that holds so much water these days. No, it's something more innate. Sue's grandchild has been saying he's a boy ever since he was 3, even though he doesn't have a penis. And now he's 7.
And do you believe him?
Absolutely.
What about non-binary or gender fluid?
Oh, I can see people having fun playing with gender, like drag queens and drag kings. But oh, I long for the good old days. Were you there at the very first Toronto Dyke March in 1981?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're a late bloomer. Yeah, it was a dangerous time to be gay or lesbian in 1981. We really had to be strong and build our collective power. So we organized and took over the streets, chanting, "Look over here, look over there. Lesbians are everywhere." It was so exhilarating. Did you know Carmel was one of the organizers?
She never said that.
We spoke out against the justice system that took our kids away, and the cops that raided our bars. And we spoke out against the gay men who shut down the women's spaces. The men were so pissed. You'd think gay men would be less misogynistic, but they're just as bad. They told us we had to put our issues aside and present a united front. Fuck that. It felt so good to do our own thing. Thousands of women marching. And if any man tried to march with us, the marshals would kick them out. It was our march. But now, it's all blurred. You have to allow trans people to march. And then you can't tell who's what. And it's just not the same, you know?
The good old days.
Guess you had to be there.
I got to keep moving. I'll see you back at the apartment.
Sorry, Lucy. I didn't mean to go on.
Scene 7, March 20th, afternoon. Carmel and Martina are in the living room, listening to the radio.
Please continue to help protect our loved ones, our elders, and our healthcare workers. And for children and youth, remember, this is not forever. This is just for now. Let's all be kind, be calm, and stay safe. Thank you for doing your part.
Oh, don't you love the sounds of Bonnie Henry's voice? So soothing.
Even when she's telling us there's 77 new cases, it doesn't sound so bad.
Glad we're not in the Lynn Valley care home.
Agreed.
I feel so goddamn useless. My daughter's barely coping and I can't help.
What's wrong?
Is she sick?
No. She's trying to work from home with a very energetic 4-year-old. And now her downstairs neighbor is complaining about the noise. They're threatening to file a grievance with the co-op.
No daycare?
It's only for kids of essential service workers.
Invite him over. I love playing with little guys.
No way. I don't want anyone in our apartment. It's the only place I feel safe.
If I could just take him to the park or something.
He's only been out of daycare a few days. He might have it already. They say kids are often carriers.
That's not been proved.
Nothing's been proved. They don't know bugger all. Every day there's different theories. One day we're to wear masks, the next day no. And every day more people dead. I don't mind dying, but I don't want to die from COVID.
Relax, Mel. Not that many people are getting it.
Lots more people are out of work or forced to work from home with kids underfoot.
Are you saying the economy is more important than the lives of seniors? Like me? Like us?
No, that's not what I meant.
I hate this. I hate being the one that's making the rules. No liquor store, no visiting family. I hate it.
No one's blaming you.
Oh, but you're both wanting to be set free. Don't deny it. I'm the one holding you back.
We're doing it because we care about you.
Because we want to keep you safe and healthy.
It's for you too. I'm not the only vulnerable one.
Yeah, we're old too, but you're the one with the weak lungs.
Maybe I could go and stay there. I mean, you have Martina here now.
Maybe not for long though. I heard some happy noises coming from your room last night. A little Zoom sex happening there.
Is that why I had an erotic dream?
Best sex I've had in a long time.
Me too.
Huh. Still some heat between you, obviously. Don't let that go to waste.
If you could stay for a few more days.
I'm not getting on a plane. No way. No. Besides, it would be too risky to move back with Sue right away. And where would I find a place to isolate for 14 days? No, it's better to stay put. I'm happy with Zoom sex for now.
You'd have to isolate too, Lucy, before you could come back here. You can't go from their house right back here. So we're talking about a lot longer than a few days.
Fuck. I feel so goddamn useless.
Scene 8, March 23rd. Carmel is in the living room, sewing a mask. Lucy is visible in the kitchen, making dinner.
Why don't we order in tonight?
I've already started a shepherd's pie.
I'm craving butter chicken.
You like my shepherd's pie?
Didn't we just have it?
We're low on supplies. They keep shorting us on our delivery.
The lentils are hard to digest.
Stop your complaining.
Fuck. You'll never guess what Sue's gonna do. She's gonna go back to work in a hospital. Says it's her duty. 71 healthcare workers there already have it. And she wants to, I can't believe it.
She'd wear all the protective gear.
They don't have enough to go around.
She's brave.
Brave? Brave isn't the word. Try foolish. Even her daughter's against it. And she won't be able to see her grandkids. Way too risky. What's going on in that brain of hers? I'm going to book a flight and
No, then you're being as foolish as she is.
Maybe in person I could talk some sense into her.
It's worth a try.
Do you really think she's going to listen to you when she won't listen to her own daughter?
Ugh, fuck. No, I hate being so far away. I need a drink.
Let me fix you one.
We're all out.
Of everything?
Bloody hell.
How about a walk? It works for me. Clears my head.
as long as it's a walk to the liquor store.
Let me put out an SOS on the co-op email list. Maybe someone has a bit they can spare.
We need more than a bit.
Oh.
It's time to break the rules.
It's too dangerous.
You're being unreasonable. The likelihood that I would get it is very, very slim.
But there's still a chance. And it's Carmel's life you're gambling with.
Lucy, maybe it's okay.
I can't believe you're saying that. We've been so careful for 2 weeks. Now we know that we're all okay. And you're willing to throw that away because she's upset, because she only knows one way to cope.
You saying I'm an alcoholic?
You said it, not me. And you're leading Carmel down that path too. The two of you staying up late every night, hitting the bottle.
Miss Early to Bed is preaching.
I'm pissed off that you're okay with a trip to the liquor store, but a visit to my daughter is way too risky. Booze is essential, but family isn't.
That's why the liquor stores are open. They're essential.
Go ahead then. What do I care? You want to risk your health, my health, and Carmel's so you can get drunk? If that's the most constructive solution you can come up with, go ahead.
Fuck it.
Tina slams out the door.
You are way out of line, Lucy.
I'm only thinking of you, of that dreadful scenario you painted with you dying alone, gasping for breath.
We can't be 100% pure. And she's so worried about Sue.
Help me to understand how a trip to the liquor store is okay, but I can't visit my daughter.
She's not going to hug the cashier, but you are going to hug your grandkid.
We don't have to hug. Besides, my family's been isolating, but who knows about the hordes that are going to the liquor store every day? There's probably COVID germs all over that place. It makes no sense.
Okay, so go do it. Go visit your kid.
I will. I'll call right now.
First, we need to deal with Martina. She's so desperately upset.
You're really going to let her go to the liquor store?
Or you could go.
Fuck that.
Maybe I should go.
Are you joking?
Well, who knows how long this pandemic is going to last? At some point, we're going to need to stock up.
I do worry, Carmel. You're drinking way more.
Oh, maybe you're right. We've been drinking too much. But we can't go cold turkey, not today.
If not today, then when?
Soon. But right now, you need to find Martina. Bring her back.
Why should I?
Because you said some nasty things.
But they were true.
And she's my best friend and our guest. And she's worried sick about Sue. And we are stuck here together.
Okay, fine. I'll do it for you.
Scene 9. Minutes later. Martina is sitting on the bench, her head in her hands. Lucy enters and sits beside her. There is a moment of silence.
You can be mean, you know. Under that nice girl image, there's a real mean streak.
I don't get how it's a national emergency when we're out of liquor.
Be reasonable. If the liquor stores were hotbeds of the virus, they'd be closed.
It's early days. It might come to that.
You know they're taking lots of precautions. And yeah, I drink too much. You're not the first one to tell me that. But I can't, not today.
I can see how worried you are about Sue.
God, Lucy, if she gets it, I don't know what I'd do.
Martina throws herself in Lucy's arms, breaks down crying. Lucy awkwardly pats her back.
She means a lot to you.
Oh, she's so damn stubborn. Has to save the day. Ride to the rescue.
She has a big heart.
Too big. If we're out for a walk and she sees a worm on the sidewalk, she'll pick it up and put it in a garden, not on the grass. Oh no, because who knows? It might be sprayed. No, she'll keep it until she can find a well cared for garden.
They'll probably assign her to the wards where there's no COVID.
You think so?
She's an oldie like us. They won't want her on the front lines.
You wouldn't happen to have any weed or know someone who has?
I'll get you some booze.
Really? You will? Carmel's agreed? Thank you, sweet Jesus. Oh, but let me go.
I'd rather get it myself.
You don't trust me. I'll take whatever precautions you want. And I'll stock up so we don't have to do it again. Say yes and I'll be in heaven.
Okay, so go. Just don't buy out the store. I have a favor to ask.
Anything. I'm going to the liquor store. I'm going to the liquor store. I'm going to the liquor store.
2 hours alone with Carmel.
Tonight?
Tomorrow morning.
I won't come out of my room until noon.
Thanks.
Something about gender, am I right?
We'd better get going if you're going to hit the liquor store before it closes.
It's only 6 o'clock.
But it closes at 8 and there'll be a lineup.
I'm going to the liquor store. I'm going to the liquor store. I'm going to the liquor store. Dun, 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 dun.
Scene 10. Later, back at the apartment. Carmel is sewing a mask. Martina and Lucy enter.
Oh, almost finished a mask. Who's making the run?
Me. I just have to pee and get changed.
I'll make the list.
There. It's done. What do you think?
Looks good. Did you get the pattern from the internet?
Mm-hmm.
You can't wear the hat.
Or the jacket. Everything you're wearing has to be washable. You'll want to strip down when you come back and take a shower and throw all your clothes into the laundry.
Here, take the shopping cart.
I'm not taking that granny cart. I can carry a few bottles of booze, no problem.
I was thinking you could pick up some toilet paper on the way home.
Oh, another stop is going to increase the danger.
But we're running low.
Didn't we order some?
They shorted us.
Oh, bloody delivery service. You never know what you're going to get.
Of course, we could all use pea rags. Then we could at least last another week.
Pea rags. I'll get the toilet paper.
Yeah, good idea.
The convenience store should have some. Look for rubbing alcohol and bleach while you're there.
Hand sanitizer too.
They probably won't have any of it, but it's worth a try.
Add them to the list. I'll never remember.
Wait till there's no one in the store.
Got it.
Here's the list and some gloves.
What? Really? You want me to wear these? I'll look like a freak.
A COVID fashion statement. Where's my camera?
See ya.
If only she could pick up a pizza.
We can wash the bottles of booze, but not a pizza.
It comes in a box. It's safe.
If you hate my cooking so much, why don't you take over?
I'm tired of my cooking too. Plus, I suck at vegan food. You always complain.
Only when you make some dish with 5 kinds of cheese and I get plain noodles.
What can I say? I love cheese. I love meat.
We all need a healthy immune system. Veggies are the best.
What about bone broth? That's supposed to be really good for you.
Find yourself some bones and make a broth.
I bet Martina would like that. Let me see if I can order it.
I'd better wait for a bit to put the shepherd's pie in the oven. Goodness knows how long Martina will be. We should have told her not to linger in the stores.
Scene 11, March 24th, morning. Lucy is sitting tensely on a chair in the living room. Carmel enters with a coffee.
Now you have your coffee. Can we talk?
Isn't it a little early for a serious talk?
It's almost noon. Come on. We have so little time on our own.
Martina could come in at any moment. Oh, fine. What's on your mind?
Let me tell you a story. When I was small, my mom used to read stories to us kids. One really haunted me.
Ooh, a ghost story.
Just listen. In the story, there's a monkey who's taught to drink tea out of a cup with her little finger pointing up. She eats cake from a plate and wears a dress and hat. She can do it all. She looks and acts like a perfect lady. Then some scallywag holds out a banana and she forgets everything, grabs the banana and runs up a tree. The moral of the story being that you can't teach a monkey to be a lady.
Let me guess. You're the monkey.
No matter how hard I try to act the part, it's never quite good enough. My basic nature shows up.
You may not be a lady, but you're a woman. No? A dyke then? Or a good old-fashioned butch?
I've tried them all, but none fit.
I still don't get what difference it makes to you now.
It makes a profound difference. I feel grounded, less anxious. I find more comfort in the world, more comfort in myself. I used to beat myself up for not fitting in. Sure, it was my fault. Now, I know it's just who I am. My whole worldview has shifted.
Oh, it sounds so airy-fairy. What does it even mean?
All those years of hiding a part of who I am made me timid, full of second thoughts. You want an example? Okay, my cap. It's very masculine, and I used to hesitate to wear it. Would people think I looked ridiculous? Now I don't give it a second thought. I wear it all the time.
I noticed.
I don't even care if you don't like it.
Are you going to change your name? Lucy screams female.
I may.
Have you told your daughter?
Of course, she's fine with it.
Does she still call you mom?
I gave birth to her. I'm entitled to mom.
If you're really embracing this non-binary business, you shouldn't be called mom or grandma for that matter.
Why are you telling me what I should be doing? What makes you the expert?
I'm only pointing out the contradictions.
I expected better of you. You were a trailblazer for queer rights, for women's rights.
You're turning your back on being a woman. It sounds rather misogynistic.
I love women, as you know. I'm looking for some support and understanding, and you're just being nasty.
Playing the victim, are we now?
There's a standoff, a minute of silence.
Is the big talk over? Can I get some coffee?
Big talk. More like sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Great quote, but you left out the last bit, told by an idiot.
I would never call you an idiot.
Okay, let's take a deep breath. Calm down. Now, Lucy, can you tell me what the problem is?
I don't expect you to understand.
Oh, I'm not so bad, am I?
She didn't mean that.
Please tell me what I meant.
Just tell me, Lucy.
After much soul searching, I've come out as non-binary, and she's being dismissive and hostile.
Just because I'm asking a few questions, that makes me hostile.
Carmel, you've always supported trans people. You always fight for the underdog.
Lucy's not an underdog. Look at her, living a comfortable life. No one's even going to know this brave new step she's taking.
They.
What?
Use the right pronoun, please.
Oh, you see? All the burden is on others. We have to remember the rules. She is not planning to make a single change in her life.
Fuck you.
I'm putting some brandy in my coffee. You want some?
Sounds good.
What's really going on, Mel?
What do you mean?
Why has this got you tied up in knots? You think she's going to leave you?
She says she's not.
I mean, it's not about sexual orientation.
I know.
So what's the big deal?
But she is the one making it a big deal, wanting these heart-to-heart talks all the time.
You might try just listening.
You know, she didn't come out as a lesbian till her late 40s. She was a happy little housewife when we were taken to the streets. She wasn't even around during the Pussy Palace raids. Never had the experience of the cops grabbing your feel as they handcuffed you, naked. No, she waited until the mayor was marching in the Pride Parade, when it's practically fashionable to be queer. And now, when she's in her 70s, she decides she's non-binary. It's hard to see it as other than a fashion statement.
I don't believe it's a fashion statement, but what if it is? Why can't she make a fashion statement?
She can, but it's ridiculous. It's a young people thing. It's like some old fart wearing a mini skirt and go-go boots and long hair.
There's something more here. No, something's going on. I know you too well.
Don't get all preachy on me. I've had enough of that with Lucy. Besides, you're a fine one to talk.
You could learn from my mistakes.
That book would be too thick.
All I'm saying is, you'd be foolish to mess things up with Lucy.
She'll come around. She always does.
You think she's going to give up on being non-binary?
She's always trying new stuff, kind of like we did when we came out. It's a passing fantasy.
I'm leaving. I need a break.
What? Where are you going?
I found a self-contained Airbnb near my daughter's.
Huh. Must have had that cooked up for a while.
I'm only going to see them outside. It's at least as safe as the liquor store.
Fine. Go. It'll be a lot more peaceful here.
Carmel stays in her chair. Martina walks with Lucy to the door and gives them a hug.
Give her time. She'll come round.
I doubt it.
Hey, Marty, how about another one of those coffees? Really hit the spot.
Coming right up. As Dr. Henry says, be calm, be kind, be safe, and come home soon.
Scene 12, March 27th, evening. Carmel and Martina are sitting in the living room on their devices.
Things could be worse. We could be on the cruise ship, the Zandam, have to stay in our cabin and not think about the 138 people who are sick and 4 dead. Now, no one will let them dock. Can you imagine? Condemned to hell on water.
I wouldn't let them dock either. Bunch of old fogies wearing Bermuda shorts and Hawaiian shirts over their bulging beer bellies.
Hey now, no fat shaming. That's not allowed. After all, we're old fogies too.
But we don't go on cruises.
Seems to me I remember you and I on an Olivia cruise.
Right. Huh. Billie Jean King was there.
She looked like $1,000,000. Bet she could still beat the pants off of that, what's his name?
Not that anyone would want to see him without pants.
Yeah, Lord, no. But as I recall, everyone was in couples.
Yeah, not much action. Not like we hoped.
Still, it was great to be with a whole boatload of lesbians.
And nary a non-binary to be found.
Not even a trans person in those days.
Those were the days.
What do you have against being non-binary?
Nothing really. I just like things to be simple.
You're the one making them complicated.
I know. I'm a dinosaur.
Oh, you can't be a dinosaur, then I'd be one too.
One day soon, we'll be in one of those long-term care homes getting our diapers changed.
Don't go there. I don't even want to think about that.
It's staring me in the face. Between the arthritis and the asthma, I'm really slowing down.
You've got lots of good years left. Besides, you were smart enough to get a more agile partner.
I don't want Lucy to have to become my nurse. I'd rather be in a home.
Now, you want to be in one of those corona's care homes where people are dying in droves?
No, obviously not now.
Oh, I can't see you in a home. I refuse to think about it anymore. It's too sad. Time for a drink.
Martina pours a drink for herself and Carmel.
I figured it out.
The meaning of life?
No, I figured out why you're giving Lucy such a hard time. You want her to leave. You don't have the balls to end it, so you're pushing her out until she walks.
You're talking nonsense. Why would I do that?
That's the question. She's a sweet person. I mean, they are sweet, mostly.
You see how you have to tie yourself in knots just to make a simple statement.
Oh, you sound like the people who resisted Ms. Remember that? And now it's not controversial at all. It's going to be the same with the singular they. It's the future and it's coming at you.
I'm too old.
You're talking in circles. If you're old and decrepit, then you should be able to accept some help. And Lucy's willing and able.
Lucy's old too. Any day now she could get something, have a stroke or...
Yeah, but she's in fine shape now. And as you said, you are slowing down. It's Lucy who takes out the garbage and the recycling and who changes the light bulbs and defrosts the freezer.
I could do those things.
Yeah, right. You don't really want to be on your own though, do you? And you're not going to find anybody better than Lucy. She's smart and good-hearted.
Do you fancy her yourself?
No.
I know. She's starting to resent me. She'd be going out more, doing more if it weren't for me, helping her kid more. I'm like a millstone around her neck.
That's all in your head. You got a good thing going and you're about to ruin it.
I could say the same thing about you and Sue.
That's completely different.
Mm.
Anyhow, there's hope for Sue and me. I'm working on it.
Martina's phone dings to indicate a text is coming. Carmel pours herself another drink.
No. Fuck, I knew it would happen. It's a text from Sue's daughter. She's sick. She's got it.
Sue's daughter has COVID?
No, Sue.
Oh, Marty, I'm so sorry to hear that. How bad is it?
Hold on, there's more coming. Pretty bad. She's still at home. Who's going to take care of her?
Can her daughter?
She's got 3 kids and she's working from home. One of the kids has asthma. She's asking me to come back.
To nurse Sue? But you could get it.
She's got masks and stuff. There's no one else, Mel. All our friends are in worse shape than us, than me. I know I gotta go. I'm gonna book a flight.
You're going to fly?
There's no time to drive.
You could catch it on the plane and maybe to be a different strain. Then you and Sue would get a double dose, 2 at once.
I'm not going to leave her on her own.
Are there even flights?
Yes, some.
It's too dangerous. Why don't you hire a nurse or someone experienced?
Her daughter already tried. There's nobody available.
You don't know the first thing about nursing someone.
It's not rocket science.
You were going to leave her just a few days ago.
We've been together 10 years, Mel. I'm not going to let her shrivel up and die alone.
You're sure her daughter can't?
I'm sure. Lucy would do the same for you. I know it.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
You better get on the phone to her and apologize and stop being so pig-headed.
Ah, you're turning into a regular Mother Teresa. I don't need your pearls of wisdom.
Know what you are? A fossil. Scared shitless of the future, so you stay in some glory days of the past. Time to get real. Time to value what you have.
Time for you to go.
Scene 13, March 28th, late afternoon. Carmel is sitting in the living room with a drink in her hand. Lucy enters from the bedroom.
Okay, I've showered and changed clothes. Now can we talk?
How's the kid? The grandkid?
Everyone's fine. You know I've been really careful. I only saw them outside, and I stayed at the Airbnb on my own. I wore a mask every time I went out.
Relax, Lucy. You already told me. I get it. You were careful. Thank you.
It's good to be home.
It's good to have you home. Come here.
Lucy and Carmel embrace.
I was worried you wouldn't let me come back.
This is your home. Our home.
I'm sorry I kept nagging at you about being non-binary. I don't know what I wanted. Champagne, maybe.
Instead, I gave you such a hard time. I'm okay to use the proper pronoun and all that.
You are? Really?
Martina was on at me and I read some of your books.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me just because I stopped being an asshole.
Lucy kisses Carmel.
I'm very happy. I get it that it doesn't seem like a big change to you.
And I get that it is a big deal for you.
Oh God, this is such a relief. We've been through so much. I just can't imagine life without you.
We're good, babe. We're good. At least until I go batty or need diapers, and then you got to put me in a home.
Forget that. When you go batty, I'm going to turn you into a vegetarian. Maybe even a vegan.
That's why you got to put me in a home.
No way. You'll love it.
Can I at least get my gin and tonic?
If you're good.
If you go batty first, I'm going to feed you meat.
Speaking of which, look what I got for supper.
Chicken? You got me chicken? Wait a minute. Did you go into a restaurant?
They have a drive-through and they have really good COVID cleaning protocol.
Okay, but chicken?
I wanted to celebrate being back home with you.
Oh, my darling. I was happy to have you home before, but now? Wow. Oh, but wait a minute. What are you going to eat?
They have good fries and a bean salad.
Okay. The smell of that chicken is making my mouth water. What are we waiting for? Let's eat.
Scene 14, March 30th, evening. Lucy and Carmel are in the living room on their devices.
Listen to this. Trump says, stay calm, it will go away. What do you think? Are you reassured?
Lucy, or should I say Luca?
What?
I'm looking at your profile on Pink Sofa,
Yes.
the lesbian dating site.
It's also for finding friends, making connections. You'll notice that I said I'm here for new friends.
Why do you need new friends? We got friends.
None that are non-binary or gender fluid.
You're planning to leave me, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm looking for community. Someone I can talk to who understands what I'm going through.
You can talk to me.
I put it up when I was away, before you called me.
I'm talking to you now.
But you don't really get it.
For fuck's sake, why don't you just admit it? You're looking to leave.
Stop being paranoid. Some days I don't know why I love you, but I always know I do.
That doesn't sound so good.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
I mean that even when you're aggravating, like now, I still love you. But wait a minute. Why are you browsing on Pink Sofa?
Because I was told to.
What?
I was told I'd be very interested to see a new ad by someone named Luca.
Who's the troublemaker?
The correct question is, why didn't you tell me?
I figured it was a long shot. I mean, the site is specifically for lesbians, which, as you tell me, I'm not. I'd have told you if someone responded. I was afraid you'd get upset over nothing.
I only get upset when you keep something from me.
You get upset about a lot of things.
I'm getting these calls. What's going on with Lucy? And I don't have a clue. They know more than me.
What do you mean you don't have a clue? I've been talking to you about this all month.
You forgot to say that you were announcing it to the world.
You want me to keep the fact that I'm non-binary a secret?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It sure sounds like it.
I just want the courtesy of a heads up so I don't get it broadsided. Can't you see how embarrassing that was?
You're right. I should have told you. It was cowardly of me. I'm sorry.
And what's up with Luca? Are you changing your name now?
Maybe. Just trying it out.
Why the fuck can't things just be normal?
Why be happy when you can be normal?
I want you to take down the ad.
No,
It's not safe. I don't want you to go meeting strangers.
the most we'll be doing are Zoom calls.
That's how it will start, but it's a slippery slope.
For God's sake, you're not using the slippery slope crap, are you? I'm not taking down my ad.
Take it down.
No,
Then get out.
you're kicking me out
Yes.
over a stupid little ad.
If it's a stupid little ad, you delete it.
If you trusted me, you wouldn't be threatened by it.
How can I trust you when you do things like this behind my back?
Okay, fine. If that's what you want, I'll go. I'll start packing now.
Good.
Scene 15. Minutes later. Carmel is in the living room. Carmel picks up her phone and dials.
Hey, Martina. Guess what? Lucy's leaving me. I didn't do anything. How's Sue? I'm sorry to hear that, but she'll be okay, won't she? Good. Want to get drunk on Zoom tonight? You've given up? You must be joking. Oh, okay, sorry. I'll let you go. Jesus, what's this world coming to? Lucy, you'll never guess. Martina's on the wagon. Can you believe it? Lucy?
What?
Martina has given up drinking.
Good for her. How's Sue?
The fever's a little better, but now she has a rash. Still so tired she can hardly get out of bed.
And Martina?
Cranky.
Probably exhausted, poor thing. I'd better get back to packing.
You don't have to, Lucy.
I won't stay where I'm not wanted.
Don't be so dramatic.
It's clear you don't trust me.
It's you that doesn't trust me. Why didn't you tell me about the ad?
I already said I was sorry. I just couldn't bear the thought of another fight. It's been so lovely, so peaceful since I got back.
That strategy didn't work so well.
It did delay the fight by a couple of days.
I'd have been fine if you told me.
Really?
At least I wouldn't have been caught off so off guard when our
So
friends...
you're kicking me out because I embarrassed you in front of your friends?
I'm not kicking you out. I want you to stay.
You push me away, and then you get scared or something and want me back. I've had enough.
You know I love you.
You have a funny way of showing it.
Don't you love me?
I do. God help me, I do. But it's not enough.
You're leaving me.
As you requested.
I didn't mean it.
I think you did.
You've got someone waiting, don't you? Some gender fluid being.
I do not.
Then stay, Lucy. We can go to counseling or something.
There's no hope for us. Can't you see, Carmel? We're always fighting, and I'm tired of it. So tired.
We've had some good times.
But the fighting is getting worse.
It's COVID. It's making everybody anxious.
That's part of it. And then there's the stress of getting old. I don't want to spend my last good years on a battleground.
You'd rather be alone?
I won't be alone. I have friends and family.
Oh, God, Lucy, don't leave me. I don't want to be alone. What if I get sick?
You want me to hang around in case you catch COVID? Is that what you're saying?
Oh God, that did sound pathetic. Sorry. Can we at least keep in touch?
Yes. Just give me some time.
It's a matter of memory and a matter of perception. You have to remember to change your perception. And I know that perceptions can be hard to change, but put some fucking effort